Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Monday again, Monday, December the 9th. We're here to look at the new releases that have been published this week, just this week. And we look at them a different genre every day of the work week, Monday through Friday. On Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. Wednesdays, we look at romance. Thursdays, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Friday is Freeform Friday. And we look at the things that don't necessarily fall under those categories or we didn't have time for. Hope you had a good weekend. Good morning, Kim. How you doing? Mine was okay. I got Further Into the Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Started a crochet project gift thing, so that is good. Yeah, it wasn't bad. And here we are at Monday again. Let us jump into Cozy Mysteries. First up, Tidings of Trouble by Kathleen Suzette, second in A Christmas Shop Mysteries. All Charlotte Crandall wanted was to relive a treasured memory from her childhood in Christmas Village, but her holiday visit turned into a job at the Christmas shop, and she found herself wrapped up in more than garland and gifts. She made wonderful new friends, including Lila, owner of the beloved Kris Kringle coffee shop. With hot cocoa to die for, Lila's shop has become a must-stop for locals and tourists alike. A popular Christmas caroler collapses after sipping one of Lila's famous cocoa creations, and rumors swirl, with suspicion falling on Charlotte's new friend. As fingers point at Lila, she refuses to let a cloud of scandal darken her friend's holiday spirit. With her hands full of clues, suspects, and a few too many holiday distractions, Charlotte will have to use every bit of holiday cheer and wit she possesses to clear Lila's name and uncover the real culprit before the Christmas magic is lost for good. Yeah, that's what I heard. So bizarre. And I tried 4 different times in different configurations. It just did not like it or me. The book I read was The Affair of the Christmas Card Killer by Jack Murray, first in a new series. Um, and the cover that first caught my attention is on Amazon. It doesn't show up in the editions on Goodreads, but I gave it 4 stars, and I will continue with that series. But yeah, that was so weird. And I did try various things. My other comments showed up. It just did not like that. A Merry Little Murder by Colette Clark, 15th in the Penelope Banks series. Manhattan, 1926. Just a week until Christmas, a very pregnant Penelope Prescott, née Banks, finds herself confined to bed, awaiting the arrival of the newest addition to the family. With her private investigation business on hold, she's left with little to do but read the newspaper and watch the comings and goings in the new apartment building across the street. Or so she thought. When a familiar, jolly-faced older man moves into the penthouse across the street and throws a family holiday party, Penn expects nothing more than festive cheer. But when the host vanishes, her sharp mind can't help but suspect foul play. With the help of a few trusted friends and her police detective husband, Penelope must solve the mystery before the arrival of Christmas and her little one. That's the book I read. All right. The Sandy Shaw Mysteries, book number 12. Roland Garrett is Missing by R.T. Green. Good morning, Mary. Happy Monday. And thank you, thank you. Kim says, that is weird. It was just totally bizarre. 4 times. Roland is asked by the SIS to investigate a report of suspicious activity, this time a little closer to home. Convinced it's just someone getting overly paranoid, but knowing all reports have to be checked out, he heads off to Norfolk, assuring Daphne he'll be back within 48 hours and promising to phone every day. The first evening he does call, telling her he's checked into a hotel in Norwich for the night. That's the last she hears from him. After 2 days of silence, Daphne can take it no more. She and Sandy head off to the tranquil beauty of rural Norfolk, hoping to pick up Roland's trail. It's not long before it becomes clear things are far from tranquil. In the last part of country anyone would expect to encounter trouble of global consequence, they find themselves embroiled in deeds so dark that mortal danger lurks around every bend in the river. I do like that cover for some reason. Mary, was this the last weekend you had a show? Am I remembering that right? Or did I miss it? Ah! Yeah. Yes. Had the last show for the year this past Saturday. Was okay, not outstanding, bitterly cold, but indoors. Oh, yeah. Now to reorganize everything and pack away for a little while and rest. Indeed. Good morning, Mary, she says. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't that great, but darn it. But you're getting your name out there. Notebook Mysteries, The 12 Days of Murder by Kimberly Mullins. Not a whole lot of description here. This is a novella. Christmas is only 7 days away. The family has settled in for a quiet holiday. A special gift is on order for Henrietta, and other shopping is ongoing. What else is there to do but to enjoy the season? A night out changes that. It becomes a murderous countdown to Christmas. And even though it's a novella, it's 160 pages, which is more than some people call books in Cozy Land. End of row one. Kate Parker has a new one. 12th in the Deadly series. This is called Deadly Performance. This is set during World War II. I've not read this series. Amid the grim realities of wartime Britain, inside during the blackout, hidden from the tatters left by the Blitz, glitz and glamour live on stage in the West End. But at one theater, the Regent, a malevolent force, is causing escalating problems. Sabotage, damage, and injury feed mistrust among the cast and crew. Then, during opening night, the hated director drops dead from poison, and Olivia Redman's colorful, kindly editor is arrested for murder. Determined to investigate, Olivia finds secrets piling up among the bodies. But which secret leads to a crafty killer who won't hesitate to remove anyone in their way, including Olivia? Kim says, I've got to finish letters from Father Christmas before Libby snatches it back today. Apparently, there's a lot of people in line for that one. That seems to be the book of the season. Hi, Emily. 160 pages is a novella. If Sanderson had a novella, absolutely. But a lot of these cozy mysteries are being published as books, and they are even less than 160 pages. And Emily, I'm on page... Hang on. 398 in The Way of Kings. So I'm sticking with it. Booked for Murder by P.J. Nelson, first in Old Juniper Bookstore Mysteries. Madeline Brimley left small-town Georgia many years ago to go to college and pursue her dreams on the stage. Her dramatic escapades are many, but success has eluded her, leaving her at loose ends. But then she gets word that not only has her beloved eccentric Aunt Rose passed, but she's left Madeline, her equally eccentric bookstore, housed in an old Victorian mansion in the small college town of Enigma. But when she arrives in her beat-up fiat to claim the old Juniper bookstore and restart her life, Madeline is faced with unexpected challenges. The gazebo in the backyard is set ablaze, and a late night caller threatens to burn the entire store down if she doesn't leave immediately. But Madeline Brimley, not one to be intimidated, ignores the threats and soldiers on until there's another fire and a murder in the store itself. Now, with a cloud of suspicion falling over her, it's up to Madeline to untangle the skein of secrets and find the killer before she herself is the next victim. Pretty Dead Things by Lillian West. 2024. Recently engaged city girl Cora is new to the small town of Hickory Falls. Still adjusting to the change in pace, she's delighted when she stumbles upon a quaint estate sale. Drawn in by the knick-knack, she buys a jar of colorful baubles and is surprised to find 2 rings at the bottom of the jar. When she innocently sets out to find the original owner of the rings, she instead stumbles upon a decades-old mystery. 1953. Clarity Gray should have known better than to get involved with a married man, but their connection went too deep to ignore. When he divorces his wife for her, they marry, and she gets the family life she's always dreamed of, with a new stepdaughter and a child of her own. But just as suddenly, her new life slips out of her hands when she simply vanishes, never to be seen or heard of again. Clarity is labeled as flaky and a homewrecker, so nobody in town takes her disappearance seriously until Cora, 70 years later. Told in dual timelines, this engrossing novel exposes one family's secrets and the twisted lies that are hidden in small towns. That one's kind of bordering between cozy and traditional. The cover sure looks cozy. I Pity the Yule by Catherine Michael. A holiday adventure. It's only 96 pages, but the title was cute. A small-town sleuth must sift through sweet secrets and bitter rivalries to uncover the killer hiding in plain sight. With her one-eyed pit bull bruiser, Rena Mulberry dives paws first into the mysterious death of diva Delia Winters, strangled by holiday lights. The suspects, including her festive boyfriend, are piling up fast. Rena must untangle a web of secrets, bake-off drama, and zany townfolk to catch the killer before her holiday spirit fizzles out forever. Can Rena crack the case, or will the truth remain tangled up? And I want to say to the author, honey, if you just fleshed out your characters a little more, you could really be a book. End of row 2. A Potion of Interest by Ruby Rivers. Marisa just finished the Cloverton charade. Won't write home about it, but did finish it despite that. Okay. Only 3 stars. 3 stars, not a bad read. Good for you. Marie says, hi, Emily. He says, nice. I had to laugh when Sarah in her recent vlog said it was December 3rd and she hadn't finished a book yet. I haven't finished a book yet on 12/9. That was me last month when my slump was at its height. It had been building and building, and then November, yeah. I hate slumps. Emily, hi everyone. Emily, and to be fair, I was out of town this weekend, so no reading done Friday through Sunday, really. That's okay. Real life is okay. Ray just started Gathering Mist by Margaret Mizushima. It's a Timber Creek canine mystery. Oh, neat. Those are good too. I don't think I've read them, but I am familiar, I believe. Potion of Interest, an alternative Hex Falls witch cozy mystery. Violet Vance believes she's found her happily ever after with the dashing Sotheby Darlington back in past until a chilling murder shatters the illusion. There's some words missing. Beloved potion shop owner Elizabeth Donaldson is found dead, and all evidence points to Violet as the prime suspect. To save herself, Violet must go back on her promise to Sotheby and return to her sleuthing ways, alongside the new and inexperienced Inspector William Chatsworth, and a little help from her fine fox familiar, Reggie, all while keeping her magical secrets hidden in a time when witchcraft whispers can lead to a fiery fate. Armed with her wits and a little magic, Violet dives in, navigating a world filled with peril and suspicion where every new clue could bring her closer to the truth or seal her doom. Is this, it sounds like it's set in a historical time. Home for the Homicides, book number 4 by Rosalie Spielman in the Hometown Mysteries series. It's Christmas time in Army retiree Tessa Treslow's small Idaho hometown of New Oslo, but someone is determined to play a Grinch this season and is robbing local businesses of their holiday cheer. In the midst of preparing for the first annual running of the Grinches, you can't have a first annual. You can have an inaugural, but you can't have a first annual. A fundraiser to support, it's just a peeve of mine that gets petted sometimes. A fundraiser to support the Sergeant Santa toy drive and the local historical society. A string of unfortunate incidents hit the town folk hard. It starts with broken windows that progresses to car theft, assault, and arson, each instant accompanied by a clue that clearly ties the crimes together. Tessa organizes a watch patrol for New Oslo, and during her first shift, she helps rescue a victim from a fire. Unfortunately, it is clear to Tessa that the woman was already dead before the fire was set. Did the arsonist accidentally kill her, or is something more heinous and less in the spirit of the season at hand? It's up to Tessa to find out before tragedy strikes again. And there's a moose on the cover. We always appreciate a moose on the cover. Cauldron and Characters by L. Adams. Gray and rainy here in Virginia today. Perfect reading weather. You hunker down. You'd be an excellent editor. I'm very literate. Well, thank you. It's been unseasonably warm here in Billings for several days. Yesterday was so freaking windy. And this morning, I think we're only supposed to be in the 30s. And I think there was some white stuff falling, but it's not supposed to last. So winter, I think, is returning. Cauldrons and Characters, L. Adams, 15 in A Library Witch Mystery. Rory and her magical family are almost ready for the holiday season, but the preparations have an unexpected interruption when one of Rory's Aunt Candace's book characters walks right out of the pages. I hate it when that happens. And then, to complicate matters, he's the first to discover a dead body at the local karaoke club. As if defending a fictional character against a murder accusation isn't enough, Rory also has to contend with someone spreading rumors that might lead to the library's deepest secrets being exposed to the vampires hunting her family. Can she and the others stop a dangerous killer and protect their home? Or have they all reached the end of their story? Shelfie Sabotage by S.E. Babin, 8th in A Shelf-Indulgent Cozy Mysteries. Planning a wedding is never easy, but when you find a body during the engagement dinner, it becomes a downright nightmare. Dakota and Hardy are finally going to spend the rest of their lives together. When Harper steps up and volunteers to help plan their dinner, Dakota is relieved she can slide something off her plate. When the day arrives, everything goes off without a hitch, until the dessert course when Harper finds her new boyfriend's corpse in the kitchen. All eyes are on Harper, but Dakota knows she's innocent. She just has to prove it. When everyone you trust becomes a suspect, how will she uncover the truth? End of row 3. Death at an Irish Wedding by Ellie Brannigan, 2nd in series. Rain McGrath's efforts to save the rundown family castle she inherited were an epic failure after she accidentally set fire to the tower and tanked the budget. Is the castle haunted, or is she just unlucky, or just not able to handle a budget? Meanwhile, her cousin, Ciara Smith, is anxiously booking their joint calendar with special events in the hopes of bringing the property around before they lose everything. When a bridal wear client from LA asks Rain for help as her guest list spirals out of control, Rain nabs the answer to her prayers. McGrath Castle is the perfect destination for the exclusive and intimate wedding party of heiress Tori Montgomery and her fiancé, heartthrob actor Jake Anderson. But this white veil occasion turns into a nightmare when Tori's friend's assistant, Tiffany Quick, is found dead. It's feared Tiffany jumped from the tower, but that theory is quickly put in doubt as secrets within the wedding party come to light. And as the villagers protest this new wedding venue venture, Rain begins to wonder if she'll succeed in her endeavor or lose it all. Formal Fatality, a Cat Latimer mystery by Lynn Cahoon. Kat Latimer and her neighbor Dante are throwing a party the weekend before her monthly writers' retreat starts. Dante had asked her to help find out who stole money from the Covington College Endowment Fund. The party's going strong until a dead body is found in Dante's conservatory after the desserts are served. Desserts are cursed, don't have dessert. With a retreat to run, Kat doesn't have time to find a killer, but when it looks like the dead guy was setting Dante up for the fall, the list of suspects explodes and includes Dante, who's now the primary suspect on Uncle Pete's list. If Kat can't find out who the real killer is, Dante may have to move from the big house on the corner to the other big house, aka Colorado State Prison. I'll get one more in real quick. Lighthouse Threads, a Virginia Davies quilt mystery by David Chambrone. Virginia Davies Clark and her friend Natalie North are heading for a relaxing quilt retreat in upstate New York, or so they thought. The retreat is being held in a rustic inn built before the Revolutionary War, set in the forests and hills above the deep waters of Lake Ontario. Next door to the inn, on the edge of a Seneca Indian reservation, stands an old dilapidated stone lighthouse where a treasure of gold coins was stolen in the 1920s. When Virginia reads the history of the inn and the lighthouse, she decides to look for the treasure. But she's not the only one looking for it, and at least one of the hunters for the treasure is willing to kill for it. When local historian and amateur archaeologist James St. Clair turns up dead, Virginia and Natalie must take over the murder investigation. Must you? And sift through clues and artifacts, including a Seneca ceremonial tomahawk found at the crime scene and a quilt with lighthouses on it that supposedly contains a map of the gold coin's location. Because thieves have the time to make a quilt with clues. Finding the murderer and the missing treasure becomes challenging as other treasure hunters continue interfering. Will Virginia determine if she's up against one gang or multiple gangs before she and Natalie are added to the growing list of corpses tied to the case? Virginia entangles the reader in a rapid-fire adventure, blah, blah, blah. Well, that is all we have time for. We'll either sprinkle these in throughout the week, the rest of them, or look at them on Friday, whatever we have time for. Zipping right along. Indeed. The coffee's working. Kim's staying in bed today. Hopefully hit follow up tomorrow. Oh, staying in bed would be awesome. Enjoy it. Good luck, Kim. Indeed. Thanks, Mary. Eyes are doing wonderful. Oh, that's just so good news. Indeed. You betcha. All righty. So, I don't have any sprints tonight. I do have a great day, y'all. Going to read before online devotion. That sounds like a very good plan. I don't have any sprints tonight. I believe it's on Storms tonight. Okay, thank you, Kim. It is on Storms tonight. But I do have my Advent calendar read aloud bedtime story tonight at 7 my time, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is chapter 9. It is our Advent calendar, so December 9th, chapter 9. We are reading A Cozy Mystery Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge. It's a work in translation from Norwegian. again, Cozy Mystery set up as an advent calendar. It's on my spin-off channel, Tales for Bookeemonsters, if you want to check that out. Tomorrow we'll be looking at mysteries and thrillers. And tomorrow night will be our sprints. I do them every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoon. Got it all out. Have a very good Monday. You guys stay cozy, please, because you're in my heart. As the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Om nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.